welcome to a very special episode of Not Quite Nerds, episode 54, where we blow all of our statute of limitations out of the water 2 weeks after the release date. So I've got a fly just entered there. Only had a spider to catch it.
Because they're mad at us.
They are mad at us because we're doing a Spider-Man special. Yes.
And
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
Spoiler.
Log off now.
Yeah.
Close it.
See?
Look at last week's
He's
podcast.
here. Spider-Man is here with us right now.
Spider-Man needs to be in my room to catch this fly. Anyway, yes, as Mallory's just pointed out there, spoilers all over the place. Please do not listen if you don't want us to spoil Brand New Day. If you have seen Brand New Day, please listen and tell us why we're wrong, all of our theories and all of our opinions, or why we're absolutely 150% right, as I'm sure we'll all agree on absolutely everything that we've got to discuss today. Everything.
I will also say, because you have the spoiler warning, I feel like the statute of limitations still applies.
Yes.
My issue with the statute of limitations and spoilers is when you're within the statute of limitations and you don't give a spoiler warning and you just
have
pop
to
up on my
flash it.
newsfeed.
Yeah.
Big neon lights,
Yeah.
This is a spoiler. And
So we're fine. We're kosher.
So let's just start it off with the biggest spoiler of all, right? Which was ruined on the red carpet of the premiere by a streamer. Were you aware of this?
I was
No,
not aware of
because
this.
I don't watch all this stuff that you guys do.
I do, and I seem to have missed it. So Max,
So I was aware,
Yes,
and
it's
I didn't watch it until after I'd seen it. Bearing in mind that I was seeing it the next day anyway, or I was seeing it that day, later on that day, on the Thursday. The Wednesday night of the premiere, apparently some streamer dropped an absolute clanger when he introduced Sadie Sink as Jean Grey.
I mean, was it a spoiler? Yes, but did we all kind of call it for months?
Yes.
Well, I will say, my friend, so before we started, I was sitting in the theater with my friends, and I lean over to my friend Angie, and I was like,
Pause.
so,
You've got other friends?
okay, by the way, just for
I
the
don't know what you're
record,
going to say there. That was
these
great.
are the friends that Matt and you guys have already challenged to a drinking competition because they're mad that I'm friends with you guys.
Okay,
So,
first of all, I did not challenge anybody because I can't drink anymore. Or
aren't you in that group chat?
I maybe, but I was not the one who was challenging anybody because
And to be fair, it was probably Maddie.
It was definitely Maddie or Jed. Come on.
But I mean, it's a team effort, so you'd sink a few pints for us, Luch. That would be enough.
I mean, yeah, I could maybe do that, but you guys would definitely be carrying me, literally and in the game.
Anyway, unpause. Back to Mallory. So you're sitting in the cinema with your friends that weren't us.
My other friends. Yeah, I'm gonna need like my two groups of friends stop fighting over me. Like, I love you all equally.
Yeah.
So shut up. So I leaned over to her and I was like, okay, so like we're in agreement that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. And she was convinced. And listen, it was a good theory, it was a wrong theory, that there was gonna be some sort of timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly multiverse stuff. And Tom Holland, Peter Parker was gonna end up in Sadie Sink's universe where she was
like Spider-Gwen or something, or Spider-Mary Jane.
She was Gwen Stacy.
Okay.
And they were going to then fall in love. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm lying. Not Spider-Gwen. She was Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
MJ. Yeah. Rather than Michelle Jones.
Michelle Johnson.
Yeah. So, and that was her theory. And listen, great theory. It would have put a whole other like spin on this, especially if he does fall in love with his other MJ. And what about him and Zendaya's MJ and blah, blah, blah. Great theory, would have been fun, but we all knew it was Jean Grey.
We all knew it was Jean Grey. I mean, because we knew they were going to be steering hard into X-Men, and what better way than to introduce an X-Men and a mutant who's an Omega mutant.
Yeah,
I mean, so. I think that. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, absolutely. I was going to say, and it sets damage control up to be anti-mutant, to be
100%.
the government.
But they never said the word mutant.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. No, you're 100% right. They did not say mutant, but it does send up the deaths. Yeah. I mean, I also think. See, the thing that caught me by surprise, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but what I thought you were going to say, and what I thought was going to be the spoilerific thing, was Black Widow. or should I say, the new Black Widow?
I mean,
Because that was a twist I did not expect, and I was very happy.
me either. And she
Me either.
absolutely stole the show.
Crushed it.
Like-
The 2 or 3 scenes she was in.
Yeah.
Little potatoes, big potatoes.
These are bigger potatoes.
Yeah.
But and then Ned's in the background, and he's like, "Is that Black Widow?"
Yeah.
And Peter's trying to be all professional, and she's like, "Hi, you have friends. I'm so glad to see that you've got friends."
I am so sad that and I'm going to jump ahead a little bit also with the Mallory's Marvel Madness, but the more I see of Yelena, the more sad I am that we're never going to get this fully realized Yelena with ScarJo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more, because their relationship, as brief as it was, really just in that one Black Widow movie, really, when you think about it, was just their banter back and forth was just great. And now that Yelena, she's been in the Thunderbolts. Obviously, she was in Hawkeye show. You see her now; she's like a fully formed person. She's like, not, I wouldn't go as far as say she's healed completely, but she is more, I don't know, like true to herself. So that would have been really cool to see that type of like sister relationship between the two of them, and have an official passing of the torch, maybe, of the Black Widow moniker.
Yeah.
But like the elder sister who, always puts everything on her plate, with the annoying younger sister who thinks everything's a joke, I think a lot of us can agree with and appreciate and understand.
Not having siblings, I don't know if I can feel the same way that you guys, but I can, I can empathize.
I mean,
I'm sure Jama would agree with me.
I had, when he said, "I'm going to go speak to somebody," I had no idea that was coming. And
idea.
That was probably, like, as you said, we all had assumptions about who Sadie Sink was going to be, about the Jean Grey link. We all had assumptions about why the Hulk was going to end up fighting against Spidey. We all had, like, we were playing with all these assumptions. What we
I didn't know the Hulk was in the movie.
Did you not?
Mm.
No,
I saw the trailer.
I saw only the first trailer.
Hulk was in the first trailer.
Yeah,
Hulk
I have
was in
no
the first
recollection of that. I have zero recollection of the Hulk being in the trailer. And
I have a comment on that though later.
Okay.
Mark Ruffalo. I was like, oh, this is fun.
But yeah, Yelena showing up was fantastic, and I mean, she sat there in that pool and just stole the scene. And then when she was online, she stole the scene, and then it was the reference to the cop as well.
The reference to it with the cop,
where she's like, "Did you go see her?" And she's like, "Yeah, my skin feels amazing."
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, this is really your office." It's like, yeah. And then the way he keeps the mask on, and then she's
Fantastic.
like, "Now I've seen your belly button." So good. Like Florence Pugh, we need more Florence Pugh in the world.
We
general.
do. Yeah.
She is growing on me. I was a Florence Pugh hater. I will admit it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, she's growing on me.
I mean, her as a person, or her as the act, like the character as she plays.
A person.
Oh, how can you hate her? She just seems like the most down to earth person.
She seems She seems
it always
very
came
chill.
across to me as like as a shtick, not genuine.
See, that's how I feel about Jennifer Lawrence. I feel Jennifer Lawrence's thing is more of a shtick. Like, it's more of a pre-planned, like, oh, I'm just going to be like the person that everyone thinks. I'm just one of you. But I don't think she's really like that. Whereas I feel like Florence Pugh really is.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you followed her cooking stuff that she does on social media, she just genuinely seems like a really normal human being.
I'm just saying, she's growing on me. I can change my mind.
That's good.
Too.
And that's a positive. So that was the first spoiler in the film, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Before, let's back up though.
Okay.
Before spoilers, Noah got me, which I just thought. And listen, I find Marvel so smart when they want to be smart. We've spoken about this. I loved the beginning of the movie where Marvel. It's literally just like the Marvel like logo popping up, and all the Peter Parkers are disappearing.
Yeah. No, that was, listen, to your point, very clever. I mean, if you're a fan, you clocked that during the opening sequence. Yeah.
It was, you're right. Right the way from the start. They played along with that. They played that and those dimensions. And then we opened with the Glasgow, that massive sequence that took place on the streets of Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
Not New York City.
No.
Not New York City. Does not look like New York City. In fact,
no, it doesn't.
The corner that he goes around, where he spins it around, is the exact same corner that Batman comes the other way around in Not the Justice League, the Flash.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they go in the opposite direction.
It's a popular corner.
It's a very popular corner.
I mean, there's nothing else to do in Glasgow other than see that corner.
I mean, I can tell you the people of Glasgow were really disappointed when they were going into their local, bagel shops to find out it was still the corner shop it was the night before. They just dressed up the front. But I mean, to start off with, the effect in that scene, that you can see it's real. The practical effects in it stands out. It looks good. It looks so good. And that stands through the rest of the film as well. It looks so beautiful throughout. I think you'd said in one of yours, I think Mallory had said it first, and then Luke, but how beautiful it was.
It really was a pretty movie.
How absolutely beautiful that the scenes were, the shots that they were done, the way the city was shot. And we've talked about this in the past, where more often than not, they don't make New York City part of the film.
Yeah.
And it's an important character, and I felt like we got New York City as a character, even if it was Glasgow.
Even if it wasn't New York City.
New York City.
I felt that as well. Even down to like the hot dog carts kind of exploding in one of them. Like, obviously the yellow cabs, which are iconic to New York. All of those things just added elements to, having New York as a character. Because I feel like in the shows like Daredevil, like New York's a character.
Yeah.
It is tried and true. Now, granted, specifically the Hell's Kitchen area is really the focus, but New York is a character. I feel like you kind of lost that a little bit with some of these other movies and shows that have come out, but this one hits it home. I feel like the last time they really had New York as a character was probably the Hawkeye show.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I also really enjoyed about that sequence? It was so obviously for the fans, for the comic book fans. But as somebody who didn't read the comics, it was still a very enjoyable sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we've lost that a little bit recently, where it's either you're spoon feeding comic book stuff to non-comic book readers, or you're ignoring the comics entirely. And so here, I feel like there's a little bit of fan service done well,
Yes.
and still enjoyable.
I mean, so we all thought that there was going to be bigger villains, were going to have bigger roles than they were going to
like
have.
Tombstone and
Tombstone in particular. Everyone had this idea that Tombstone could well become the big bad as we move forward. It would be cool now to see Tombstone appear in Daredevil.
It would be great to see Tombstone
or
appear
in Luke Cage, or in maybe Heroes for Hire, seeing as they seem to be arguing that there might be a one-off special coming, special presentation.
All I'm saying is all the stuff Luch sends us has no citations. It's just
zero. It's just fun for me, and I love pissing you off, Mallory, because I know you don't want to read this stuff. So
give me the citations. If somebody has an actual this is the info I'm getting from, not like I have a feeling.
It could be. Listen,
no Patty LaPone and Agatha all along. Give me the real stuff.
So I was going to say maybe we'll know more come the weekend, because D23 I believe is this weekend. And there's a whole talk that they're going to unveil the entire X-Men cast. And that's because on the poster for D23, Storm is clearly a prominent visual.
She's clearly there
on that poster. So they think, we're going to get X-Men reveal here. But it would be cool if they brought out the Defenders and said, we're also doing a Defenders thing. Or
that would be great. That's honestly all I want.
Citations.
That's all I want.
I mean, if it's direct from D23, it doesn't get any.
That's fine. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay. Although to be fair, we did get from Comic-Con years ago that Mahershala Ali was going to be Blade. And let's see how well that went.
Still, apparently, it might happen in Doomsday.
We'll see.
I mean, listen, he might be trying to pull the wool over us, saying that he's out, because he was quoted saying that if they wanted to do it, we would have done it.
Yeah.
I did see that was a direct quote. I saw that on the line, I should say.
Yeah.
So fast forwarding to the end of the movie, we talk about the beginning, we'll talk about the end, and eventually get to the middle. I also thought it was so, again, well done that you get that visual of Sadie Sink on the bus in the fall.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious. We all know where she's going without them saying it. And again, just smart smart choices by everybody involved in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this multiple times. My issue, I think, some of the more recent stuff with the Marvel stuff is that they're trying to spoon feed everybody.
Yeah.
And this movie was not spoon feeding.
It wasn't spoon fed. I mean, listen, if you know anything about the X-Men, if you know anything about Marvel, you know where she's going.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't, it was still an enjoyable scene.
Yes, it was still an enjoyable scene. She's leaving the city. You
Yeah.
don't have to know necessarily where she's going. I think we all know where she's going.
Yeah. I
Um,
think I would have been annoyed if it like went to the mansion. Like I liked like leaving it up in the air. I liked like if you knew you knew, and if you didn't, you'll find
Yeah.
out.
Now, going back to the middle. Now we went to the end. We were at the beginning. I want to go to the middle. I want
I
to
feel like
pose
we're doing
something.
this as if it was the Eternals.
Yeah, exactly. Going backwards and forwards in
Angelina
time.
Jolie.
Yeah.
So I have one critique.
Yeah.
And a way to fix it of this movie. Here's my critique. As much as I love Mark Ruffalo, and I do, I don't think that Bruce Banner and the Hulk was necessary to this movie. And I think that that's just kind of harking back to a character that we know from the current MCU. I think that it could have been potentially made better and connect more to the DoD if it would have been Dr. Connors and the Lizard.
Yeah, I'd seen this theory online, and I agree, but we've not had Dr. Connors in this Spideyverse.
100% right, but we hadn't had Scorpion. We
Yeah.
hadn't had Tombstone. We hadn't had all of those baddies that we just saw really at the beginning. So it could have been Peter knocking out the Lizard.
Yeah.
He throws him in jail, and now he's working for the DoD.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, but he also, Kirk Connors was teaching at Empire State, so it could well have even fit with that. Yeah, no, I agree.
it could have fit with that. I mean,
But-
again, not that I think that Ruffalo and the Hulk. I didn't think it was. I'm not saying it's bad. I just think you could have gone in a slightly more interesting direction.
But I think it might be important for Ruffalo's Hulk.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I think the fact that now the Hulk has been unleashed for the first time since he became
Savage
Dr.
Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah.
But also, I do think it was important for the story in only because, like, let's say Dr. Connor's Lizard, whatever, he had some sort of similar situation where he was trying to maintain the Lizard. Why would Peter Parker trust that technology rather than the technology of somebody he actually trusts?
I mean, that's a fair point. It's a fair point. I mean, I just think that Dr. Connors in the universe is known as just a leading
geneticist,
a leading geneticist. So
it obviously
the fact
didn't
that he
work
would
for
have
him.
access to him at Empire State University, I feel like he could have gone that way. But I mean, listen, you're not wrong. He knows obviously that Dr. Bruce Banner is, a leading scientist. Obviously, he knows that he's, a good person inherently, and
But they also work together. They're friends from work.
but he doesn't know. But they don't know.
No, but Peter knows that.
Peter knows that,
Yeah.
but Bruce doesn't know that.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
But does Hulk?
No. But what I'm saying is, let's say he knows that Dr. Connors is this leading geneticist. Fine. He also knows who Dr. Bruce Banner is. He also already inherently trusts him because they've worked together. So why would he go to somebody else who he may not have that same relationship with just by reputation alone when this is somebody that he knows he's worked with, he trusts, he knows it's worked for him, whether or not Bruce Banner knows who he is?
It's a valid point. My only counter argument, because I agree with everything you just said about the relationship and the knowledge, but out of the two doctors, who's probably better for him to go to? It is probably the geneticist versus the physicist.
I mean, I thought that the interesting Easter egg there, and you hinted it to it there, Luch, was does the Hulk still remember? Because when he's beaten him, he says, "It's me, it's Peter," and the Hulk stops.
So I talked about this with my friend after the movie. And again, we're going to fast forward a little bit towards the end with the Ned moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that everyone was like, why wasn't that maybe it was Jean Grey and blah, blah, blah. And that was the relationship. But I actually think Jean Grey hit the nail on the head earlier in the movie. I do think it's emotion. And so I think when there was this emotional connection between Hulk and Peter as Spider-Man, that's when like the memory started coming back. I think when there was that emotional response between Ned and Peter with the muscle memory of their handshake, I think that started it.
Okay.
Whether or not it was Jean Grey in their mind, I do think emotion is a trigger.
So Watching it the first time, I agree 100% with how you feel about Ned in that scene. Watching it a second time, it's changed my opinion.
Really?
Because as he swings out the window, MJ says, "Be careful, Peter." And Ned sits there and they do the handshake and whatever. And yes, he's concerned about, he's worried like the handshake becomes muscle memory. But I think the way he says Peter is him realizing that this Peter in front of him is Spider-Man.
Is
Not
Spider-Man
this Peter is
my best
Peter
friend?
that he knows and loves from a past universe.
I think, like Inception, it's intentionally left vague,
Oh, yeah.
and we'll figure out
Well, yeah.
later.
I mean, the same with the Zendaya thing. Like, the moment they have on the roof, I was about to like throw my popcorn at the screen and
Oh,
be like, "This is
me
so
too.
fucking cheap. I cannot believe you've
Yeah.
just done it so cheaply like this." And then
Yeah.
they pulled the rug from under me, and I was like, "I
Yeah.
fucking love you."
I was like,
Whereas
I bought
Daniel
it.
Cretton,
I bought it.
that was
They
amazing.
had me.
Well done.
Oh,
sir.
oh, I bought it
I bought
because was I a sobbing mess during that?
Did it make Mallory cry? Yes.
I'm just sitting there. I'm in the middle of all my friends, and I'm just sitting there going, like, tears streaming down my face, and then the shoe drops, and then I just go, "You bastard!"
Yeah, I did
mean,
the exact same
For
thing.
me, I
looked at
just
Steph
felt it
and I
was
like,
so. I was like,
"What?"
they cannot do it this easily. Surely they cannot do it this easily.
I was
And then
hoping they would.
and I was
Give
just
me a
like,
cheap shot.
epic, brilliant, well played.
Yeah,
You've
They
got me
did. They
hook, line,
played
and
us.
sinker
I
there.
mean, I took that hook, line, and sinker. I really thought, I'm like, oh, this is it. She's gonna remember, and then no, she doesn't.
And I mean, we get to see. I think I said it in my review. We get to see Zendaya's range here as well, like the
Yes.
shift in her, that movement. And we've talked about it. I think with other people, we talked about it with Willem Dafoe, with his Goblin and his Osborn. She had
She
that
took
moment.
a page out of his book.
Yeah.
That was great. Going from Jean Grey to MJ.
Yeah.
It was very William Dafoe-esque of him going from Norman to the
Yeah.
Goblin. Like, it was very, very good.
But I did see in it, like I said, at the same time, I do think Ned realizes Peter's Spider-Man, not that Peter is Peter Parker, best friend.
We'll see.
We will see. But like I was saying, with the Zendaya thing, it's great because it appears we've got a new trilogy. And I know that there's talk about timelines when they're going to get around to filming it and all of those sorts of things. Yeah. But it appears this is the start of a new trilogy for us, where we'll see that relationship in a more adult environment, more adult way, maybe.
I mean, listen, they're both, I mean, at least, well, not both, but they're post-college now. They're in their early 20s.
Yeah.
In timeline.
Which is where it gets interesting for me. I think I'd said this. I wanted to figure out where it was timeline-wise. So it's set in 2028.
Yeah.
Right? Because the last one we got was released in 2021, but it was set in 2024. The one before that was 2019, but it was set in 2024. So we had that. And then we had the 4 years of college.
4 years of college at MIT.
Yeah, and that's implied. But yeah, so 2028 is when we're looking at this, which is just prior to Doomsday.
Yeah. So one thing we have not discussed yet, and I think we're leaving out something pinnacle here, and how fantastic is the relationship between Frank and Peter?
Romance.
Bromance.
They never tell us about Staten Island. I never want to know what happened.
No, I don't want to say. I want it to be the new, Budapest.
I don't want to know.
Yeah,
I love it.
Right.
They gave me exactly what I wanted, because didn't I say after I watched Punisher season 2, his relationship with the kid, like that was such a beautiful relationship, and I said I wanted that same thing with Peter Parker, and this exceeded all expectations.
But the meme I sent in the group chat, I think, sums it up perfectly. Where somebody's going to have gone and watched the Punisher in Spider-Man and be like, "Oh my god, he's so funny! Now I'm going to go watch the Punisher series."
Oh no, very different. Yeah.
Even the Punisher special that they put out, the one-off. Woo.
Yeah.
You've not got to that yet, have you, Mallory?
No, she hasn't. But
it's
get ready. Get ready
not
for
anything at all like what he was in Spider-Man.
No,
but I still think the
who
essence,
Frank Castle is.
Yeah.
But I think the essence of the Punisher remains.
Yeah.
Although we get a funnier, lighter Frank, I believe his essence of his character is still true. I think.
I don't think he was a funnier, lighter Frank. This is like, I don't think he was funny. I think Peter made him funny. I think he was exacerbated by this kid who was annoying him. Yeah. And that's what was funny. He was still gruff, and a loner
Yeah.
and shooting everybody and willing to shoot Peter.
Yeah.
But
And that's what
also,
makes
we've seen this evolution. You know, you'll see when you get to the Punisher special that you see this progression to him reaching this new point where he almost accepts his new role within the MCU. But their chemistry is out of this world. You can tell that they have a lot of time for each other, that they spend a lot of time, or they've spent a lot of time with each other.
They've spent a lot
Load
of time
respect.
Did you know that John Bernthal recorded Tom Holland's
His
audition tape?
They both recorded each other because
they were
Tom
filming at the
recorded
same
his
time.
They
Yeah.
recorded his Punisher audition tape.
Yeah,
So they
it's
both did that for each other.
it's John Bernthal's boot that Tom Holland captures.
Yeah.
It's
Their third movie together.
Yeah. I said, he goes, I think Tom Holland said in one of the interviews, he was like, I said to him, I thought I was going to I might do a backflip into it or a front flip into it. But I think that's too much. And Berthold's like, nah, do it, bro.
No, do that.
Do it.
If you have not seen their Hot Ones interview together, it's hilarious. You should definitely check it out.
I saw
a
brilliant, it was just a random TikTok or Instagram video, but it was, if we lived in a world without movie titles, going to the cinema this summer would be really difficult. Can I see that Tom Holland film, please? Which one? The one with Zendaya. Which one? It's got John Bernthal. Yeah. Which one? It's got a hero who goes on a massive journey. Yep. Which one? It's like going through all these things. You're like, oh my god, yeah. But yeah, their relationship, and I thought the fight scene with the Hulk, where he pulls him along the ground.
Oh, with the gun, the shooting.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So
that gave me a chubby. That gave me a semi.
But also, just to shift gears a itty bitty bit, the relationship between the Punisher and Zendaya.
Yeah.
That was
also very good. Yeah, also very good.
I mean, my favorite line from the Punisher in the whole film, ironically, is after Jean Grey lets go of him, and they're in the vault, and he looks at the wall. And
he's like, "Is that my gun?"
Yeah, he's like, "Is that my gun?" Just yeah.
Who is Paul for you comic book readers?
Who is
Paul?
Who's Paul? What do you mean by
Okay,
Paul?
so I don't know.
What, the DOD director?
No.
Yeah.
So according to people who have watched the closed caption version of Spider-Man, Zendaya's boyfriend's name is Paul.
Oh, yes.
This like major character in the comics.
Is he not a villain? Is he somebody who becomes a villain?
He is a villain, yes. He might also become the Hobgoblin.
I'd read somewhere that
I want to say it's the Hobgoblin. I could be wrong though. But yes, her boyfriend does have and I think we're going to see him again, because you don't bring in that actor I think his name is Ezra Bringer. You don't bring in that actor just for a one-off. He's going to play a role.
In the credits, he's referred to as the boyfriend.
Yeah.
But you're right, closed caption, somebody says Paul. I think does she not reference? Oh no, she doesn't reference him by name.
I don't think she does.
But I'm sure I'd read somewhere that he turned out to be a villain of some sort.
Yeah.
Everybody in that world. You know.
Another character that they sneak in there is Cindy Moon.
Yeah.
Who's Cindy Moon?
Cindy Moon was the girl that asked a question to Bruce Banner in his class.
Oh, before then the other guy said Hulk smash.
Yeah. But Cindy Moon is now, I would say, is it more anti-hero, Max, or hero, Silk?
I mean,
I think for like Black Cat.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But I also don't mind if these name drops don't turn into anything.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm fast forwarding a little bit to Hawkeye, but Kate Bishop's aunt, like I kept seeing her name was like everywhere throughout the apartment they're staying in, and she's a well-known character in all the comics.
Yeah.
But like we're never gonna see her. So like, I don't mind like those like little Easter eggs where like it's not a true Easter egg, it's kind of just like a hey, if you know, you know, and if you don't, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, it just opens the door. It opens the door, even if it becomes like the opening sequence. You know, we get a little bit of a fight scene between them. If it becomes that at a later point, but it certainly opens the door and it puts this idea. But you're right. There's a lot of fan service or a lot of
There is.
drip feeds in there where you think, could this be? Is this where we're going to go with this?
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
So
Going back to what we said, though, I think Punisher
yeah.
he's just so good. The chemistry
Yeah.
between the two of them is just.
I can't see anybody else playing Frank Castle anymore because I went back recently after I watched the Punisher special. I went back and watched the Thomas Jane Punisher movie because out of the two, that's my favorite one. Warzone, I was like, but that Thomas Jane one. And as much as I like that movie, and I think Tom Jane did a good job, given what he was working with, I feel like I still can't see anybody else but John Berthel now. I feel like it's him or bust.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to be a problem that they'll have to face at some point.
At some point, yeah.
And we know that they'll do the same. It's the same as Cap. Yeah,
and it's the same thing that we're going to see probably with Wolverine. I mean, we've had Hugh Jackman for 27 years. I mean,
I'd seen that as well. They were like, we're on our third Jean Grey, but we've only had one Wolverine in that entire time.
Wolverine. Yeah.
I think it was James McAvoy who said that we should never have another Wolverine.
Which isn't necessarily true,
Jackman or AI.
because we get lots of Wolverines in the
in
Deadpool movie. Yeah,
but it's all Hugh, and then with Henry Cavill.
but, I mean, we get Henry Cavill.
I mean, listen. I mean, the Cavalrine, I'd be okay with.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Charlie Cox is the only one voicing Daredevil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Across all the different formats.
Yeah,
That's one thing I could have, and it probably would have been too gratuitous, but I wouldn't have minded if there would have been a Daredevil scene. And I thought we were going to get it because of the hand.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's a classic Daredevil.
That's the Daredevil villain. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought we were going to get, maybe not like the same screen time that Punisher got, but like Daredevil probably would have been useful during a fight with the Hulk.
Yeah.
Could have helped something, because obviously, I mean, Frank didn't know that the Hulk was going to show up.
Yeah.
He thought that Peter was just going after Jean Grey. So maybe it's like, he's just a little girl. He can take care of it. But hindsight,
I mean,
could have been
small
helpful. Huh?
Maybe Daredevil only comes out for medium potatoes.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing with. But even the idea that I quite like that going back to the small potatoes things. Yelena's like, well, we're the Avengers, and we deal with big level intergalactic stuff. Your street level, that's your role. That's where we want you to be.
There's Daredevil.
And it was good to see that they had that. They've still got that idea of separation. That they were just like, yeah, you look after the city, we'll look after the world. We're all good.
Yet we're mad at the Eternals for doing that.
I mean, it's one of those things. But the Eternals, where were the Avengers? Where was everybody during this giant birthing out in the middle of the earth?
Small potatoes.
No, I would say it's a pretty big freaking potato. I think it's
I don't
the
know.
biggest.
Yelena
potato.
was probably chilling in her hot tub.
She probably was. We mentioned the hand there. We have to talk about that fight scene.
I think we could skip it.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I just say though, I will go on the record and
about
say
it
that I was
myself.
wrong.
Sorry.
I will go on the record and say that I was wrong. I think in our episode, Max, I predicted Man Spider.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was like 50% wrong, 50% right. Because he didn't fully Man Spider.
He didn't. But there's something going on.
But there's something going on.
And I think that's what's interesting is we've still got that arc to complete. I like that they didn't try to complete everything in one. They were like, you know what? He's still going through this natural evolution. There's still change taking place within him. And it was cool to see that. It was interesting as well because I saw the meme about that and it was Andrew Garfield looking all sad. It's like when you're the only Spider-Man that can't shoot his own webs.
Doesn't
How do
fight
you feel about
aliens.
that, by the way? How do you feel about
webs?
Sorry?
How do you feel about it? Because I know that back in the day, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man got a lot of hate because that's not.
That's not, yeah. That's not. I mean, you say a lot of hate. I feel like it was the one nitpick that people had.
Yeah, that's true. Fair.
In this, they addressed it in a natural way. They were playing their.
Cool.
It wasn't like a transition. It wasn't just well, he's got these. It was actually, there's something happening to him that's causing him to do this. But that whole fight scene is so beautiful, so well shot, so unbelievable. And the second time I was just like, I just love this all over again. Like,
yeah, Now,
So
this
good.
director, was he the same as Shang-Chi?
Yep. And Wonder Man.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Visually, you can tell. Because I feel like it had that kind of
Wild.
martial arts
It had
movie finesse to
actual
it.
physical fights between actors
Yes. Yes.
and wire work. It wasn't just we're fighting
Yeah.
down here. It was actual choreographed,
Mhm.
brilliant long fight scenes that worked so well,
So
so well.
I thought this fight scene was so much better than Shang-Chi. 'Cause remember,
Yeah.
my issue with Shang-Chi was I felt like it was two different fight
There
scenes,
were. Yeah.
full fight scenes, one after the other. And that was just too long. Whereas this one I thought was just so well done.
And it was small potatoes. Shang-Chi, he's fighting against a giant dragon. In this, he's fighting against ninjas.
And
You know what I
his
mean?
dad.
Like,
And his dad.
yeah, but in this, he's fighting against a handful of ninjas, and
Yeah.
it works that way because you could do that. Whereas Shang-Chi, you needed to have this big visual bad guy,
Yeah.
something. You didn't
I
need
still
that.
could have cut it down a little bit.
But going back to what we said there about the director, Wonder Man, again, when Mallory gets to see it, LA is a character
Shot.
in that movie, and the
Well,
way it's shot
yes.
feels LA.
It feels
Spider-Man
LA.
feels New York. It feels enclosed. It feels big. It feels like there's things towering over you. Wonder Man feels like it's vast. You're in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing tall standing over you. It's bright and it's so he's like that visual direction of it. I think is fantastic. Apparently,
I
the
think
rumor
he's a
was
great dude.
he was offered Doomsday, and he was like,
No.
"Yeah." He was like, "I don't."
But wasn't he doing like Naruto or something like that?
That's what he's doing next. So he was offered
Yeah.
Doomsday, and he said, "No, I don't want to do that." And he said, "So in the room, Kevin Feige goes, 'What about Spider-Man?' And he goes, 'No, that I do.'" But it was this idea. He was like, "Doomsday's too big. I don't want to tackle that now." But Spider-Man, I could do a Spider-Man thing. But yeah, Naruto is his next thing. So his next 2 years are going to be taken up by Naruto, which is where it throws that doubt of when are we getting another Spider-Man. But then that also fits with Doomsday,
Yeah.
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
Tom Holland
Yeah.
and Zendaya have both said they're taking time off.
Yeah. Which, I mean, listen, well deserved. I mean,
They've had a busy few years.
They have.
Spider-Man, she did Dune Part 3 and The Odyssey. I mean,
I'm
And she had that
excited.
movie with Rob Pattinson.
yeah, right, another movie, where they're like husband and wife or whatever.
I'm excited for Dunesday this year. December 18th is officially been named Dunesday because it's Doomsday and Doom 3 both come out. So there's a whole Barbenheimer scenario going on there where people are like,
Wait, they're coming out the same day?
Yep, same day.
Wow. Okay.
So,
I would not want to release a movie the same day as Doomsday.
I mean,
No,
and Doom 3, the end of that trilogy as well. That's a big movie in itself.
I would still pick.
I would have picked another day. I would have picked the 17th even, just to be one day off.
But it's creating Doomsday. People will go and see the two of them. That's a whole lot.
That's a whole lot of. That's like 7 hours of cinema.
But that's
I haven't
Barbenheimer.
seen Dune 2.
Barbenheimer
or Oppenheimer.
I never saw Dune 2. To be fair, I struggled through the first Dune. To be honest with you,
I loved it. I thought it was beautifully done. I haven't seen Dune.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very nicely shot movie. But it's one of those sci-fi. It's one of those sci-fi IPs that I never really consumed.
It's almost the sci-fi IP as well, isn't it? It's like
the
one that hardcore sci-fi fans are like, Dune is the thing.
Yeah.
So yes, fight scenes. Anyway, Hulk fight scene, brilliant. I mean, I think
the hand is better though.
The hand is
as great as savage as the Hulk is. I think the hand scene is better.
Yeah, that absolutely. Even the three little fight scenes we get, the Scorpion fight scene.
Scorpion fight was good.
That was good
because then he gets a little cray.
Yeah,
he's a little crazy.
He's a little bit angry in that one. He can't control his anger in that one. Yeah. But yeah, I think that opens up that Man Spider story arc. I think are we going that direction? Is Pete going to be able to control it? Where are we going?
I also want to point out that with Lucha's theorizing that I always poo-poo, another thing he was wrong about was about Zendaya's dress means that Venom was going to be in it.
I feel like that was maybe that was a me theory as well, though.
That might have been. I think that was a Max theory. Yeah. That wasn't so much.
You're both wrong.
Oh yeah,
I was right. It had nothing to do. It was a funeral dress. It was a sad dress. It had nothing to do with Venom.
Where do we think Zendaya is going? Where do we think she is with? Oh, not Zendaya, but MJ. Where is she with Peter?
I mean,
Well,
I
she
think
still has a boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
she has a boyfriend.
Oh, wait, actually, before we even go there, can we just point out, and I need everybody, every man to like have watched this movie and realize this is like what like being a good person is. He confesses his love to her. He says, I love you for the first time. And she basically is like, thanks, but no thanks. Like, I don't love
Mhm.
you. I don't know you. And then she asks him for a ride home and he does it.
Let's be clear
Yeah.
here. He doesn't confess his love for her. She finds his letter.
That's true.
No, but then he
He
still
does
then
say it. He
Yeah,
does
and
say
he
it, but it's
still says it.
but she also then says, "But I don't know you.
yeah.
You have all
Okay,
these memories.
fine.
I don't have those."
But do you know how many men out there would be like, "Oh, go fuck yourself, get out of here"? Like,
I mean, what's
I'm going to
interesting?
abandon you in a shipyard in Brooklyn.
What's interesting about that as well is, so when Jean Grey is in charge of Zendaya and he first takes her out of the bedroom, she is actively enjoying being swung through their thing,
Yeah.
and then
And
after
then
it changes back to being normal,
MJ never
MJ
enjoys it.
hates
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I should, and and I
Clever
saw
little
that too.
things.
I saw that too, and like after someone pointed it out, like on Instagram, whatever, I was like, yeah, I should have clocked that.
Yeah.
That should, because that was a dead giveaway
I mean,
that something was going on.
we've not talked about Sadie Sink at all during this, which is funny because all we did in the run up to it was talk about Sadie Sink and who she was going to be. And she does it. She delivers Jean Grey in a particularly good way, and
She does.
in a more comic book accurate way than what we get
Yes.
in
From the X-Men from
X-Men
Fox
movies,
studio.
where she's an only child and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because
Although
that
in
was
the
never how
comics,
it was
it's
in
her
the
best
comics. She always
friends.
had
Her
she always
best
had that
friends run
older
over,
sister.
and that's when
Yeah.
she gets her powers.
Yeah.
Like that shock moment. But definitely, I mean, she's strong. She's good in it. You can see her anger. VMAX is a brilliant red herring throughout the
What a
entire
callback.
thing. You're just like,
Fantastic.
Do you know what it was giving a little bit? 11.
Yep.
Like young 11,
Yeah.
like
It
earlier.
was given like the rainbow room and
Yeah.
Daisy and Flower and all that stuff. It was kind of giving that kind of vibe, and I feel like it's hard to not have that vibe considering Sadie Sink's involvement in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like you can't not.
But I'm not mad
Yeah.
about it. I
No.
think it elevated the performance. I'm not sure if she, and maybe, I mean, I don't know, but when you're living through it like for so long, like that, and being able to bring that same type of kidnapping, aloneness, familyless into this, I don't know. I think I definitely think it was an elevated performance.
think-
I think she did a great
another
job.
actress would have had.
I think I'd seen something online, and they were talking about, imagine being in the cast room filming the last episode of Stranger Things. Like, well, what are you going to do after this? And the guy's like, well, my agent said it might never work again. I might. Who knows where I'm going to go from this? I might not get work. I might be typecast. And they're sort of going around, and then Sadie Sink's like, "Oh, man, I've got something," and they're like, "What have you got?" And she's like,
It's a little movie. It's a little movie. It's a little thing.
just an MC,
Little
it's an
independent
MCU thing.
film.
And they were like, "Oh my god, who are you going to be in MCU?" She's like, "Oh, well, it's just a small role in a Spider-Man film." And they're like, "In a Spider-Man film? Who is it?" Jean Grey. Oh my god, she's the cornerstone.
And she had no
of the
clue
entire
who Jean
X-Men
Grey
universe.
was until.
And it was like that. You could just imagine them all being like, "God damn it."
I'm not gonna lie though. After obviously it was confirmed as Jean Grey, she was playing Jean Grey, and finished the movie, I did wonder to myself, oh man, how much like Sadie Sink or Max or Jean Grey would kick Eleven's ass. Like Jean Grey is so much more powerful than 11. Like, I'm sorry, like Sadie Sink beats Millie Bobby Brown handedly in a character, Capcom versus X-Men or whatever it was. Like, I feel like I'd love to see that battle.
That would be a good battle to see. But you're right, Jean Grey just toy with Elle. Just mess with her. No, I mean, we're exciting. We get to see. We now know the X-Men are coming.
Yeah.
Where they've come from, we don't know. Is it because of the blip?
It could be the blip.
Yeah. Has that triggered something in them? Where are they going to go to? Like, the biggest issue with the X-Men is always going to be they've always been tied to World War II. They've always been tied. Like, Magneto's message has always been around being put on those trains and being forced into positions he was in.
Yeah. And that's what made him mutate. Yeah.
They can't do that anymore. I mean, if we were to bring that in now.
They could. It might just be that they just were more low key because all this other stuff was going on. so they weren't just as in your face as like the
They didn't need to be, because you had Captain America, you had Isaiah Thomas's I think that's his name, his
Isaiah
character.
Bradley.
Isaiah Bradley, thank you.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas is a basketball player, I think, or some other sports person. I was close though, Isaiah. So maybe they just didn't feel the need to. They didn't want to expose themselves, and then they start seeing all this other stuff. I don't know.
I guess
So
we'll
I
find
wouldn't
out.
be surprised if we find out that Xavier School for the Gifted has been up and running for years,
Yeah.
and they're
We
just
just
never
don't
in need. And now that these enhanced humans are becoming more and more known, maybe that's the trigger for
Maybe.
Magneto.
Or it was always for mutants, and it was just a private school.
Or maybe none of it matters because they're about to reset all of the timelines anyway.
That's true. That's very true.
Also, stop getting me to theorize because I don't like theorizing.
On the theorizing thing, then, it would make sense that we have a conversation about that post-credit scene. So I did say to you both, don't hang about for it. Did you hang about for it, Luch?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you hang about for Mallory?
Not. I mean, I did.
I did.
Yeah. So
everybody I was with wanted to. I was told it was stupid.
Yeah. The reason I said it was it wasn't worth the wait for it. I felt like that. Sometimes you want to see it on the big screen. It's the interaction between two characters. It's this. It's that.
Yeah.
It was just one of those that was just thrown in there. And obviously on the theorizing, what do we think's happening?
Well, as my friend Angie said, who cares? He's already been to space.
True.
I don't think it's Tom Holland.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, or it could be Miles Morales for all we know. But I think it's Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I think that's the start of the incursion, because it's the second Spider-Man, not Spider-Man moved. It's another Spider-Man.
But so I've seen this theory a lot where everyone's like, "Well, it's the second Spider-Man." So when Ned is looking at his spider tracker, there's multiple sightings of Spider-Man, all within in his vicinity. So there can be multiple versions of Spider-Man on that map. I think it is Tom Holland. But I think it's Tom Holland on Battleworld, and I think that's what they're setting up there. Is Secret Wars is going to be Battleworld,
or is it the Ark?
Well, it could be the Ark. Yeah, I've seen that theory as well.
Yeah, it could be the Ark.
But the idea is that because he isn't in Doomsday. This has been confirmed. Tom Holland is not in Doomsday.
I can never fully believe
it.
I can never fully believe it though.
Tobey Maguire is rumored to be in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, as we knew from Deadpool at Comic-Con, we just don't know who might appear, and when the reshoots are taking place, because they might be able to fit in a few characters. But I think my theory immediately when I saw that was Secret Wars Battleworld. He's out there in space on Battleworld, and that's where it is. But yeah, I'd seen is it Tobey Maguire?
Yeah,
Andrew Garfield, Miles. Could it be all of these different things, different variants? I guess we'll have to wait, 2 years to find out?
I guess so.
4 years to find out?
Very true.
Stupid.
So
overall, what do we think?
I mean, I am gonna bust out. We are getting ahead of ourselves, but I'm gonna bust out the spreadsheet here, and we're gonna go around the room. Mallory, Spider-Man Brand New Day, out of 10.
9.
Maximus.
8.5.
8.5. I too also gave it a 9. So we averaged to an 8.75. Well, actually a little bit higher than that because there was 2 9s. But
I mean,
I'm not doing the math right now.
For me, it's not the best Spider-Man film. It's got the best Spider-Man fight scene. It's got the best Spider-Man visuals. It's got the best representation of Spider-Man. But the emotional journey you get taken on in
Brand New Day.
No Way Home.
No Way Home
is better.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Wait, just Luch, because you have it up. What did Matt give No Way Home?
No Way Home, he gave it 9.
Okay, and what did you?
We all gave it 9s.
No, I wouldn't rate them the same.
You know what? I think you're right. I think it is an 8.5. I think you're right.
agree with 8.5. It's not the same.
It's not. Yeah, I think you're right.
I
Yeah,
thought I gave
forgot
No
that
Way
I
Home
gave.
a
I
9.5.
forgot that I gave No Way Home a 9. So yeah, I think you're right.
All right, fine. 8.5s across the
It's
board.
very good. Like I said, the weakness of it, ironically, is the emotional journey it takes you on. I just didn't feel it was as good as.
I didn't cry as much as I thought I
Yeah.
would.
Yeah. Apart from you cried, and then you had the carpet pulled from under you.
That's why I said as much as I thought I would. I was fully expecting that I was going to film myself twice. Once was just going to be me sobbing in the car on the way home from the movie, and then the second time was going to be my spoiler-free review. But yeah, no, I only had the one, and I cried the entire last 20 minutes of No Way Home. So
Okay.
So all right, just log this for when we play.
Yeah.
Did it make Mallory cry? Or will she do? Or will she give us one that's that easy? Probably not.
I mean,
no.
Yeah.
I thought it made me cry a few times, but it was tears of laughter, and it was normally around John Bernthal.
Yes. Yeah, it was definitely John.
Spidey mask waving through the window, brilliant,
Fantastic. It's like all that.
I will say, I know we're running short on time, but that was given Deadpool vibes.
Yeah, it was. It
A little
absolutely
bit.
was.
Yeah. I did see a rumor that Rosario Dawson said that she'd filmed a scene that was cut out.
Yes,
of the film
as Claire Temple.
as Claire
As the
Temple,
Nightmare.
and that she was the one that unmasked Spider-Man in the room to treat him.
Yeah. Which if that's true, I mean, because she said it at a Comic-Con, and the fact that they didn't keep out that 2 or 3 minute scene, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little hurt by that.
Yeah.
I'm a little butthurt.
I feel like they could have added that 3 minutes of footage, and it would have made me a lot
sometimes
happier.
you say that, and then you see it, and the pacing of it changes. It adds something. It becomes a you need to have seen the TV shows to understand who she is. So it could be one of those when we do an extended run. That's what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Remind me, just because I don't remember, even though I've just seen everything. Has there been any sort of not relationship, but discussion between Punisher and Claire?
Yes.
Like, obviously, we know that she knows Danny Rand. We know she knows Luke Cage. We know she knows.
Does she not treat him in the first?
She does. She treats him. Yeah.
In his first season / Daredevil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
/ Daredevil second season.
Yeah.
She treats him. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
that would make sense.
In case you didn't know, that was full of spoilers.
Yeah. If you've gone all the way through and you didn't realize that, that's not our fault.
Yeah.
Not our fault.
Not our fault.
We are running short on time, but thank you very much for listening. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell, as Luke said. Do all of the things. Follow us on all of the socials, and just let us know if you think we're doing a good job. And
send us to your friends. Send us to your enemies. Send us to your frenemies.
Send us to your boss.
Your friends that you want to fight against each other.
Yeah. Yes. I was going to say, can you send me your friends, your other group of friends, details? Because you said send it to your frenemies, and I feel like that's where we're at with them.
I got you.
Thanks for listening. That was episode 54 of Not Quite Nerds, and that was a spoiler-free version of not spoiler-free. See you next week.
Spider-Man does whatever a fighter can.